Keyword research for local businesses. Why is it so necessary for a business owner to understand the value of keyword research? It's because it's not just about SEO, search engine optimization, or Google Ads. It's about both, okay? It has a direct bearing on both of these primary channels to get targeted visitors to your digital presence, okay? If you invest a few minutes understanding the value of keyword research to your business, I promise you that it will be time well spent. Because keyword research isn't just critical to the algorithms we're trying to impress, it's also instrumental in meeting your potential clients and customers exactly where they are in their buyer journey, okay? It's done through keyword targeting, whether we're talking SEO or Google Ads. And though I'm sure the tech aspects really don't interest you, the journey of your customers through your digital funnel from discovery all the way down to conversion or purchasing should be very much of interest to you. I'm Tom from Working Funnel LLC. This is a series of short tips to help local businesses with their digital marketing. Let's get going. Quick story. I was talking today to a client. We've already built out some Google Ads campaigns for him. He has a part of his business, and one of the reasons he retained Working Funnel LLC was to communicate some unused capacity basically that he has that he'd like to present to the world in the form of renting heavy equipment. Okay, he's got a related business, but he's got also, I think, a couple pieces of expensive heavy equipment and a way to potentially get more if there was interest, if people came to him wanting to rent heavy equipment. So we're going to make a little funnel for him to make this happen. This is the point of digital marketing, that if you have excess capacity or unused capacity in your business, a lot of times the missing piece is proper digital marketing to simply make a bridge between your capacity and the world, communicate it to the world, right? So this is a smart guy, and he realized that that was the critical component that he was missing. So the conversation I had with him has general application for any business owner, whether we're talking SEO and free targeted traffic or paid traffic from Google Ads. Really nailing keyword research has a double benefit, both SEO and Google Ads, okay? So for my clients specifically, heavy equipment, all right? We'll make two campaigns. One is a generic, general campaign where people do searches for heavy equipment or crane rentals, and probably the name of their town or the part of the city where they are interested in renting the heavy equipment, okay? That's the searches that these folks do. Heavy equipment rental, Cronulla. Heavy equipment rental, Santa Monica, right? That's a campaign. That's rather simple. All we need are synonyms for heavy equipment and crane rental and things like that. That's my department. I dig in and I will find and I will nail every synonym for crane rental and heavy equipment rental, okay, that people are typing in. We have tools that enable us to look at search volume and competition. Now, here's where it really gets interesting, okay, and why I needed to call my client today, okay? I don't know anything about heavy equipment or crane makes and models, but my client knows dozens of them. So all I did with him was I got him to spit out specific makes and models of the equipment that he either has on hand to be rented or that he can get through his whatever channel he's using. Just do a brain dump and give me every single make and model of cranes and heavy equipment that he'd like to rent. Why is this so critical? Because here's the difference. The general generic campaign I just spoke about speaks probably more to people in the early stages, top of funnel traffic, the early stages of their buyer journey. These are people who may not even be sure that they want to rent a piece of heavy equipment. They maybe want to check price. They want to know how expensive it is. Maybe it's too expensive for them. They're not sure, and they also maybe don't know anything about what piece of equipment exactly they'd like to rent. So they do a more general search. So we accommodate those top of funnel potential clients with a campaign that uses more general keywords that correspond to the searches people do to find us when they're not really sure what exactly they want. But for the people who really have an idea of what make and model they're interested in, these people are different. If they know a make and a model of a crane already, they've done some research, they know the basics, and if they know about specific makes and models of cranes, their search terms will reflect that. There'll be more specific searches. Now here's where the value of keyword research really kicks in. that person is actually closer to renting a crane. They're closer to conversion, and for that reason, we need to speak to them in a different way than we do the people who are still doing research at the top of the funnel, trying to figure out whether they even want to rent a crane or not. So the first part of speaking to them in a different way is the keyword targeting that we use to connect with them. My client telling me a bunch of different makes and models, I'm going to use these exact heavy equipment makes and models to build a campaign in Google Ads that is targeting every single one that he mentioned, okay? Little micro funnels where if you type in this make and model of a crane, then I'll create an ad that also makes it clear to the searcher that we have exactly that make and model. Then we'll send him to a page on the website that will reflect that, yes, if that's the make and model you're interested in, we can rent it to you. Now here's a critical takeaway, and this gets back to keyword research. You can see how people who are further down the digital funnel are actually worth more to us than people at the top of the funnel who are in the informational, educational stages of their buyer journey. We're willing to pay more per click if we need to, folks who are further down the funnel. You can see the picture I've drawn for you. They essentially are giving us information as to where they are. We take that information and create micro funnels based on it. You're in the educational phase, you're accommodated. You've got this particular crane in mind that you want to rent, you're accommodated as well, okay? And especially when you've got a high conversion amount. I mean, some of these cranes, probably 4 figures a day, and some of the rentals, if he does convert some of this attention that we'll get from Google Ads and from SEO, converts it into a rental, he told me it does go into the 5 figures potentially. People tend not to rent this heavy equipment for 1 or 2 days. They could rent it for weeks. So the conversion amount is so high that, can you see how no matter how much effort it takes me to create dozens of micro funnels, it's absolutely worth it to my client to get extremely specific in these micro funnels, starting with keyword research. I hope that's clear to you. This is one of those things, and this is part of the beauty of digital marketing generally. Front-loaded effort. We do things today that we get something right today that will pay us dividends for years into the future or until my client sells his business, right? I hope this video gave you at least a little bit of an aha. SEO, I know from speaking to clients and potential clients that it's something they just want to get done. Just go ahead and do it for me. And I get that, Usually it won't pay you to do your own SEO, but if you understand the value of keyword research specifically, you can make sure, if you're speaking to an agency or service provider, that they're going to give you exactly what you need, which is what I just described, okay? Let them tell you that that's part of the plan, their plan for you, okay? Because it's absolutely critical. And you can see, even though we're talking keyword research, this has a bearing on how your site is constructed in terms of the inner pages you have on your site, whether it's just a few or possibly many dozen. It's simply using the clues that searchers give us as to what they are interested in and then addressing that interest and quote unquote meeting them where they are in their buyer journey, okay? It's exactly analogous to if somebody walks into your place of business, the first thing your salesperson is going to try to get from them is are you just in the consideration phase, or are you really getting ready to pull the trigger? Just listen, because they're going to tell you. Your salesperson will understand where they're at very quickly, right? Search engine marketing, whether it's the free results with SEO or the paid results with Google Ads, search engine marketing allows us to do exactly that same thing. We get clues from searchers as to where they are. We can and we must use those clues in every phase of our marketing, our website, everything, okay? Listen, thanks a lot for watching. I'm Tom from Working Funnel LLC. The Working Funnel is an end-to-end, done-for-you digital marketing solution for local businesses. We've helped local businesses on 4 continents. The Working Funnel is about turning maybe a static website and pieces of marketing you've accumulated or fallen together over years into a coherent lead generation machine where all of the pieces work together. If you're curious, if you'd like to do a little bit of a deep dive into the Working Funnel, go ahead and click the link that I'll have in the description of this video. There's a light sales pitch in that video, but what it really does is it tells you all the pieces that should exist in your digital marketing. We fix what needs to be fixed, and you do have things that need to be fixed, and we create what you don't yet have that you should have in your digital marketing, okay? Again, this is Tom from Working Funnel LLC. Thank you very, very much for watching.